Jack Death Gaming.
Hey, hello there, guys and girls, and how are you all doing? I do hope you're doing all rather fantastic. Guys, big news today for the fans of the bus, because for the first time, we're officially heading outside of Germany. The bus is coming to London. The newly announced London South DLC will bring parts of South and Central London into the game. And even better, for us console players, it's being developed for PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. So, right, let's have a look at what we know so far. Right, so, the bus. London South is being developed by Howcom Media in cooperation with British developer Rhys McCullum. I do hope I've got that correct. My pronunciations, as you know, can be a bit swift. This will be the first time the expansion for the bus will take us outside of Germany with the DLC. Recreating large areas of South and Central London. That includes parts of Westminster, Lambeth, along with locations such as Brixton, Vauxhall, London Victoria, London Waterloo and London Marylebone. So, we're not talking about like a tiny little standalone route here. Oh, no. They're actually building a really nice big slice of London for us to explore. Right now, let's talk about routes because there's quite a few plans. So, there's going to be London South will feature Transport for London TfL routes. Tongue twisted then. The TfL routes 2, 507, 77, 88, 148, 196 and the night route N2. Now at launch, routes 2 and 507 will be fully drivable, and the remaining routes will already be partly implemented with the intention of expanding that network further. And do you know what? I really like the sound of that because that gives the developers somewhere to take the DLC after launch rather than everything being completely finished on day one. What else we're getting is authentically recreated bus depots based on their real-world counterparts. So, these will be Northwood, Stockwell and Waterloo. Now, there's also going to be a fourth fictional depot, so that's going to be a fictional depot, and that's going to be specifically designed around the economy mode in the bus. So you'll actually be starting your shifts from recognisable London depots before heading out onto the network. So I think that's quite a nice touch, that is. Now, here's where the scale starts to become quite interesting. It really does. So, the developers say that London South will contain more than 16 kilometres. And oh yeah, that's massive, 16 kilometres of road network. Which for those of us who prefer working in miles, it's just a smidge under 10 miles. So across the area, they're planning more than 200 individually designed buildings and landmarks, alongside more than 300 custom-made city assets. That's nuts, isn't it? And here's another interesting part. So, London South isn't necessarily going to stop growing once it's been released. The developers have already said that they're planning to expand the DLC through free, yes, you heard it, free updates after launch. So exactly what those updates will contain hasn't been announced yet, so I don't want to really go too much into like speculation, but with several routes already partly implemented, initially there's obviously plenty of room for this network to grow, and they've also promised more information, more screenshots and behind the scenes developments, updates coming over the next couple of months. So it's definitely one that we're going to be keeping an eye on. Now, just going on and touching on the screenshots, you may or may not have already seen some early screenshots of London South online. Now, just bear in mind that the developers have specifically said that these are from a very early stage in development. Buildings, vehicles, objects and other details are still going to be revised, improved and expanded as the development continues. So what I would say is don't look at those early access screenshots and assume that's what the finished DLC is going to look like, because it's not. And that's, to be fair, that's why I'm not including any of them in this particular video. There isn't any specific release date as yet, and once again it's being developed for PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. There's still plenty of developments ahead for when we're going to actually get our hands on London South. It's currently planned to release sometime in 2027. You know what? I'm really looking forward to seeing how this develops, you know, guys, because I've spent plenty of time driving around Berlin in the bus on the channel. So getting behind the wheel and driving through somewhere completely different and on the correct side of the road, might I add, from my perspective, because I'm from the UK. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. It's going to be really interesting to see. There's obviously still a long way to go before release, but with real-world routes, authentic depots, recognisable London locations and plans to expand the network after launch, there's certainly plenty, and I do mean plenty of potential here. And as more information comes out, I'll definitely be coming back and taking another look at this. But do you know what? What do you think about the bus coming to London? Are you looking forward to London South? And which of these routes would you most like to drive? Let me know in the comments box down below. And as always, if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and that will keep you updated with any sort of news that comes out. I'll be doing like follow-up videos. So guys, listen, I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. Keep yourself safe and sound, and as always, I will catch you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Love you loads.